Hello, one and all. Welcome back to Campaign 9 Kindred Blood. This is part 7, and I am your host, as always, Virinity Void. Back in part 6, what did we see in part 6? Well, we saw quite a few things happen. The Livonian Order teared into Karelia. Bremen and the other Baltic states, really just Bremen and Danzig, decline in power severely. Saxony got carved up by Zapadoslavia, and what else did we see? We saw... I'm trying to remember off the top of my head right now. Li Yue kind of tore into Yan a little bit more. Inazuma, I had to manually white piece out with Nanbu because even though they had like 80 something war score, they weren't doing anything, and the war was just going on forever without any peace. Sometimes the AI does bug out, and I have to just, for some reason or another, they don't peace out, and I need to do something, and that is white peace. I don't want to do a peace deal where it seems like I'm favoring one side or the other. So the best thing, in my opinion, is just, hey, white peace. It's all good, or at least it's all status quo. They've shown, either side has shown that they can best the other. So if they can do it again later. There was that in the east. Socotra is still a hot commodity in the monsoon marketplace, but no one has been able to take it. Mazandaran got partitioned by Baghdad and SFMF. Only time will tell as to who is going to get the rest of Mazandaran. Baghdad, I didn't mention it last part, but Baghdad and the Numerids partitioned the rest of Thumrian. Rest in peace, you good dwarves. Aelcorks is also going all around the globe. They went after Guaycuru and Peru, or Wanakama turned Peru, and have gained land in South America, but it's not enough land to sustain a serious colonial nation. So Guaycuru, as well as the Lost Legion, have been taking chunks out of anything Aelcorks puts down in South America. And it seems as though if you hear something in the background like a whirring, that is the air conditioning unit. The Lost Legion is pretty much shaping up to be the predominant power in South America, as Guaycuru attacks Wanakama, but is also busy with the Lost Legion in the east. America also took the sword to Paradox-formed Mexico. And, well, America won. They took two key provinces, a gold and a silver province. And even though Paradox was looking to possibly be doing really well, America seems to be edging them out. And this alliance in Central America is no longer fruitful. And then only time will tell if the United States will be able to take on Piscataway. It should be noted Danzig may be escaping to the New World, as well as they are establishing Berliner Insel. Interesting stuff. Anyways, in Europe, the biggest news was the Flanders realm had a succession war and is now under the likes of Auvergne. Aelcorks tried to contest, and they almost did a couple times, but unfortunately, getting Turgoviste in the east is just nearly impossible for them. So, yeah. Auvergne has Mondstadt at its back, and the Flanders realm beneath them, but I expect the Flanders realm is not going to go under 50% Liberty Desire, and they will eventually declare independence. But we'll see. We just gotta wait and see. Let's keep it going. Oh, and it should be noted that in Subres, was in that war as well, because Insubres was allied to Aelcorks, but since that war concluded, Insubres is no longer allied to Aelcorks, and is instead allied to Kemet and Samnium. Anything else? Team No Name is under attack from Uppland, and if there's just no coming back from that. Team No Name is not going to get anywhere. I actually didn't even notice, but the Bourbon dynasty of Team No Name has been replaced with Free Smart. Free Smart has taken over effectively. And then Ireland, Ireland actually. It's Kildare formed Ireland. They're looking to be annexed by Free Smart, the preeminent pink power. And the war over here between the Numerids and Kemet, it seems like Kemet got over-ambitious and is going to be unable to defeat the Numerids and their, their technological superiority. Yep, my children fight amongst themselves. And I would have preferred Kemet to win, but it just seems like the Numerids, they have it. A 2-3-4-1, and Kemet can't really do much. Recruiting as many troops as they can, but the Numerids are just cleaning house. What do they want? They want a lot of stuff, actually. Interesting. Oh, and it should be noted, Multan cannot form Delhi. Actually, you know, did I? I don't know if I did that. And it's nice that there's just peace in Africa. No one's going to war with each other. Never mind. Makwa is going after Mogadishu. And Mogadishu doesn't have anything. They are a Sunni republic, but Makwa is looking to win. Tech 14. Oh, Makwa is actually 2 techs behind. Bunyoro is 3 techs behind Mogadishu. That could be a big shakeup. And it should be noted, Shamasraf is allied to Makwa, and Hejaz is trying to defend Mogadishu. But I don't believe that Mogadishu is going to be able to hold out against all these numbers. Sure, they beat the Bunyoro army, but there's only so much you can do with superior technology. Only so much you can do. And oh dear God, the Numerids may be winning in the south, but they are facing... Oh. Insubres is going after Anatolia, and then Auvergne is going after Cunia. Right here? For the Flanders realm? Oh. The highest of highs, and then the Numerids, lowest of lows. My submissions can never have good times, can they? Like, why? I don't understand. Why must you tear me down? Oh, and Zeleny clean. Caradel is going after them, and it seems as though Caradel is they're on the same tech level. Is Altai in this? Altai is in this. So the Cossacks of the Ukrainians, I don't think it's gonna go well. And they're not bankrupt. They still have something of an economy, but like they just can't fight against this kind of this enemy presence. Altai, or Altai, however you want to pronounce it, has like 3 times as many troops. Combined with Caradel, it's just like, what do you do? Legit, what do you do? I don't know. The Numerids took over a shitload from Kemet. My heart bleeds for Kemet. But what is going on here? Hold up. Current wars. There's a lot going on. So, Shanara, going after Tianada. If that continues on and there's nothing going on for like 10 years, I'm gonna have to white peace again. America and California, or Consejo de la Lucha turned California, are going after Paradoxian Mexico. Auvergne and the Flanders realm against the Numerids. Bremen and Danzig against Karelia and Saxony. Really? Bremen and Danzig. Oh, it's for this land right here, Lübeck. Okay, that makes sense. In Subrest, again, going after the Numerids. We just went over that one. The Lost Legion going after Guaycru, and that should be concluded soon. Mogadishu getting torn up by Makwa, Banyoro, and Shamasraf. Wanakama going after El Corxer, Peru. And then the Samnites within Subrest going after Bosnia and Takra. And then, Uppland going after Uppland and Zapatoslavia going after Team No Name and the Livonian Order. For what reason, though? Oh, Elfsborg. Haven't you been going after this? Wait, what? 1586. Okay, so it's 3 years. But the fact that the Livonian Order is in this kind of changes it around. Zapatoslavia has room to flex their muscles over here, and Uppland can, go over there if they so choose. Insubrest versus Bosnia. Insubrest just has that morale and that tactics advantage. Bosnia just cannot do much. And then Takra, where are your troops? So they have 43, the lion's share right over here. I think they're trying to coordinate to invade Insubrest, but I don't know. Okay, so Auvergne took this one province from the Numerids, and it seems that since Insubrest is busy, I don't know. Are the Numerids going to defend? I'm curious who's going to win the next battle. The Numerids are down by 1 military tech, and Insubrest has the discipline advantage, has the morale, and has the tactics advantage. That's KO for the Bedouins. And Kemet is still allied with Insubrest too. So if Insubrest wins like a large portion of war score, they might give land back to Kemet, or they might be selfish and just take everything for themselves. Kalahandi is going after Gungthang in the second Kalahandi conquest of Saran. And Gungthang just doesn't have much of anything of an army. Militarily, they're 1 tech ahead. But it's not even just Kalahandi, it's Sumeru. Sumeru is going to have no mercy. Has it been 10 years? It hasn't been 10 years. You got 3 more years to do something, Shinada. 3 more years. And where is Takra? Takra and armies got sent back. So much for Kraven's thinking Takra is the almighty. Sure, their national ideas are great, but it seems like Takra just can't defend Bosnia, can't even invade Insubrest in much of any sense. Let's take a look at who's in first place right now. Let's take a look at Free Smart's national ideas just a little bit more in depth. I'll lower it down to speed 3 as we go through this. And Free Smart did annex more of Ireland. The Free Smart Super Van is an improved version of the Free Smart Van, with features such as a magnet, a leg-powered recovery center, bright lights, and a radio. It can be used to drive all the way from the Evil Forest to Y'all. Oh my god, that damn name. I don't remember how to pronounce it. Free Smart's succession. Pencil, being the de facto leader of the Alliance, was the one who sparked its secession from the Bossy Bot's rule. Unwilling to be restrained against their will by anyone, they formed the new team of Free Smart. Alright. Duly noted. I have not watched that YouTube series, whatever it is, so I don't know anything about the lore there. I'm not disrespecting it or anything, it's just I just don't know anything about it. And oh, this is awkward. So technically, Kalahandi won the war, and now they have two provinces that they cannot make a core out of, because it's landlocked, and Kalahandi is landlocked. Okay. Good and bad, I guess. You know, whatever. Insubres Insubres did win that war, and they took land from Takra. They took some this land over here in Athens and Corinth, and then Samnium took land from Bosnia. So it took a little doing, but Samnium eventually got its way and successfully invaded Bosnia. And then Uppland concluded that war. They took land from Team No Name, as well as from the Livonian Order. So good on them. They succeeded in their ambitions. Takra is now allied with Team No Name. Aelcorx is only allied to Samnium. And it's getting all the more dicey over there. Over here, Paradoxian Mexico is out of manpower, and seemingly they're out of options. America and Consejo de la Lucha turned California. They're closing in. They're coming a-knocking soon to Cutzamala. You know that the Californians are going to want their land back. The Caribbean conquest of Turks Islands, I mean, you need to navally transport things, so good luck. Even though California is losing those battles, god damn it. Oh, no, they didn't. I was getting confused with the flags. Paradox lost that battle, and Consejo de la Lucha is going in, skinning the polar bears. Yeah, you only crushed my dreams before, but not this time. It'll be someone else to crush my dreams. And Free Smart is going for the Black Sea. Interesting choice. Aelcorx is going after Guaycru. It should be noted, Wanakama cleaned up Aelcorx or Peru. Shanada is still there. March of like 1593, I'm gonna white piece that because they're not doing anything. This is actually pretty big. Alvern, Flanders Realm, and Mondstadt are going after Takra. This is just straight like aggression against Takra and Team No Name for that matter. And then Bremen and Danzig are still going after the Lübeck, which holds Karelia. Or no, what? Other way around. Are still going after Karelia, which holds Lübeck. And then Uppland, yeah, Uppland and Zapadoslavia are going after Karelia. But I think Wanakama is gonna be fine. Like, I don't think Aelcorx can really transport that many troops over. And the Lost Legion? No, Guaycru is just straight up going after Rio Negro. So I think Guaycru's gonna have an easy time with that, despite the Lost Legion kind of breathing down their neck. And then Yemen, of course, wants more land from SFMF. I mean, just good luck getting past the ships, friend. But here, let us see. Alvern v Takra. Who's gonna have the upper hand? Takra doesn't have the quantity, but they do have the military tech advantage. And Mondstadt is up there in Team No Name. Like Mondstadt has this covered. Team No Name has less than 10,000 troops. They're not a threat. What is a threat is Takra if you let them go unattended. And what do we see right now? The only Alvern is doing other things. Mondstadt is the only one over here saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to sweep the trash." And the quality difference, Takra has a nice discipline advantage. Mondstadt has the morale advantage. Takra has a little bit of a tactics advantage. So as much as of an advantage Takra was having, quantity still matters. And is that team? Oh, I was gonna say, is that army going to get wiped? But it's not. There is a fort right here. You're gonna need at least like make some gains, Alvern. Or maybe once Team No Name is completely thrown out of this war, Takra then gets the full brunt of it. That could be the case. Oh, here we go. Now Baghdad is saying like, you're not alone in this, Yemen. We're partitioning SFMF together. Or really, it's just me doing it. You can wait on the sidelines in Hormuz, Yemen. And it's... okay. So, Inazuma was apparently not happy with what I did before, piecing them out of the war with Nanbu at 82 war score. And so they said, you know what, fuck you, Verinity, we're doubling down, and this time I'm taking everything from Nanbu. And really, like, Inazuma took almost everything from Nanbu. Nanbu has 4 provinces left, and Inazuma has almost completely unified Japan from that one war. They're still, like, uncolonized provinces, sure, but holy shit. That's just, that is insane. That is a lot. And to top it off, they're still allied with Su, so if Japanese troops get stationed on the mainland and Li Yue goes after Su, there could be actually a serious war there. Alright, you're white piecing. I don't like doing that, but it's just like you gotta do something other than fucking wage an endless war. And then Sheta is still consolidating control over South India. They definitely have the numbers to beat Bijapur, but Bijapur and the satraps, I don't know. Baghdad won the war against SFMF, and they took over Isfahan as well as Abrak, but Isfahan is the real prize. That's a really nice province. And Yemen, I don't know what you're doing, Yemen. You need to get your shit together. How did the war over here in the Americas go? So Consejo de la Lucha gained back the province of Mayo, and Emergica really just like bludgeoned Paradoxy in Mexico. So much land was taken, even the capital at Cutzamala, and Paradox is in complete shambles. Like, there's no other way to say it. There's, yeah. The Sunni Serbians have effectively won Central America. Guaycru won against Ailcorks in the south there, and now it is Ailcorks going after Fuerte Bourbon. I think that Ailcorks has this in the bag, though. Ailcorks is 1 military tech behind? No. Guaycru is 1 military tech behind. So Ailcorks should have this in the bag. 4-4-6-3. There's no way they lose that war, right? Songhai is going after Messina. against Jollof, and Songhai is proving why they are the predominant power in West Africa below the Sahara. And Takra is proving why Auvergne, even without the help of the Flanders realm, is capable of just dominating. Like, seriously, the Flanders realm, because their liberty desire is still over 50%, they're not helping out. They're not sending any forces over to the west. It's just Auvergne and Mondstadt in this. And Takra, like, sure, they got manpower, they got troops on the ground. Doesn't matter. They're getting sent back over and over because Auvergne and Mondstadt are working together. Karelia did lose Lubeck, and they're really just being pushed to Siberia and just progressively pushed east. And now Baghdad turns to the Numerids. I think this was kind of inevitable. Baghdad is doing very well, and the Numerids were thrashed by Auvergne, thrashed by Insubres. Just, there's not much to do. Like, good luck holding out. Baghdad just, they've got this on lock. Nope, peace is not had, but has the quality changed? Nope. It's pretty much the same in that battle. Mondstadt is sent back. Takra is trying to get back the Wargle at Aix. I don't know how to pronounce that, but whatever. But, I mean, just when they win in the south, they lose in the east, and Takra is sent back. Mondstadt and Auvergne are making more gains. Team No Name was also pieced out. They ceded more land to Auvergne. And it's looking bleak for Takra. What else do we got going on? Oh, even Hejaz is aiding Baghdad, so that's a pincer maneuver. Ugh, it's rough. I mean, Takra. Let's see what. Oh, they did lose, so they lost that foothold in the French region, and well, they're just struggling now. An empire resurgent. Oh, how that's doubtful anymore. Our Demesne? What the fuck? I know that's like the Latin word for domain, but I hate it. It's fucking... Our domain once stretched much further beyond the meager confines of the central Ocraudia, touching the isthmus of the ancient Krim North to the south, the bogs of the Balifna to the east, the banks of the great river Akti to the west, and the southern edges of the mythical Averna itself to the far north. Thousands upon thousands of miles and millions upon millions of souls once claimed the Black Banner as their very own. While this prosperity is long gone now, we are nonetheless determined to do whatever it takes to rebuild this glorious reality and boldly defy the whims of our misfortune. Bit by bit, region by region, all will once more be ours. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not entirely sure you're going to be able to do that, Takra. Aelcorx seems to be eclipsing you. What is this? Insubres is going after Fribourg. Is that against Fonzel? Oh, no, that's papacy. Yes, Insubres is going after Fonzel for Fribourg. Fonzel doesn't have any allies, so my heart goes out to you, Monsert. Your submission of Fonzel is being partitioned. Auvergne from the southwest, Insubres from the southeast. They want that land. I feel bad. Fonzel was looking pretty good. For an OPM at the start, they had one singular province. They did really fucking well, holding out for as long as they did and having some good allies, but just, it wasn't enough. It just was not enough, unfortunately. Wait, hold on, what? Oh, Yayoi is saying, hey, you know, I think that SFMF is weak enough. I want to go after them. Oh my goodness, Baghdad. What have you done? What have you done to the Numerids? Holy shit. Okay. There's that. Huge fucking Baghdadi Empire under the Hashims. Or the Hashemites, I guess. And Makwa is just completely cleaving through Mogadishu. Shamasraf included. Because they took some land as well. Literally, the only one of my submissions that's doing moderately well is Great Shu. And it's just like, they haven't had really any conflicts. That's why. Every single other one has been like kicked around. Or is dead in the water. Rest in peace, Seattle, my beloved. Who's over here? Oh, Ireland got that. Well, if anything, Ireland will be able to secure a nice living over here in the Azores. Oh, and even Mondstadt is in this. Oh, God. Yep, Insubrest took some land from Fonzel. Oh. And Uppland is going after... Is it... It's Wobunch. Just straight up. Wait, where is your capital? Oh, Wobunch escaped to Scandinavia, but I think that's like their last holdout, right? It really is. If it seems like Uppland is going to completely destroy the remnants of Wobunch and take some land from Bremen. Yeah, I don't see how that changes. I'm curious where my child is expanding to. Okay, they're going after Baja California. And the papacy gets cleaved up ever further. Catholicism is in dire straits. And Protestantism is actually like doing pretty poorly. That's pretty odd. They were looking like Protestantism was looking okay for a while, but I guess no one really wants to convert. They want to stay Catholic, especially like Mondstadt. And no one told me, no one said in their submissions like, hey, please convert my thing to Protestantism or Reformed whenever it spawns in. Yayoi, what are you doing? You have sacrificed your capital at Basra, and you can't siege down Rafsanjan. Oh, Yayoi, why? And Yemen, along with Kemet, are going after Hejaz. It's perfectly fine. Should be an easy takeout. Fonzel is left with just a measly few provinces. Oh, my heart breaks for you, Montserrat. My heart breaks. Kalahandi is connecting their stuff up. Sheta is going after... Or no, Aelcorks is going after Bahruk. But is Aelcorks really going to transport troops over? Is it? Takra is going after Saleh for Yazin Knara. And they're doing it. Takra is sieging that down. So seemingly, Saleh is going to get sold. And Wanakama is clapping Guaycru back. Guaycru has no manpower, has very few troops. Wanakama turned Peru is ready to go and to pounce on this struggling empire. Literally struggling. -1 stability over there. Oh hey, these islands went to the United States. I guess Cuba wasn't able to defend it, and this so Cuba is defending against the West Indies again for these islands. Those are nice islands too, by the way. Oh, the mountain or the volcano in South America erupted. Interesting. Wanakama took over a large portion of Guaycuru, so now it's looking like really Wanakama and the Lost Legion are going to contest for hegemony in South America. Second Yemeni conquest of Mogulstan, and this time Yemen got through, so SFMF has no recourse. There's no like turning away Yemen. They're going in, and they are not going to be told otherwise. Let's take a look at another third national idea, an ale corks. Legacy of the Concord. The Alecorks or Concord stood as an alliance with the various powerful estates of this land from the late 4th century all the way to 794. It was a period of dynastic intrigue and of flimsy cooperation that nonetheless brought the cities and powerful noble families of Alecorks together. These ties oft persist to this day, and our dynasty can always rely on their alliances of old in keeping the powerful in check. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's do a third one. Who should we do next? Let's do Gungthang, actually. Many worlds into one. We are the main door to Tibet, from the Gangetic Plain and the Kathmandu Valley, since time immemorial. Being exposed to the influx of influential neighbors such as Balpo in India, its crucial location exposed the region to the presence of religious masters from the Noble Land and the Nuar world. This led Tibetan masters to consider it an ideal meeting point to promote exchanges with those from the south. Interesting stuff. And Sheta is just basically like taking these scattered Alecorks reports. What else do we got? Let's do Mango's last Ukraine submission. Confucian legislature. As our people encroach upon the Chinese, we see our culture and language take more and more aspects of Chinese. Take on more and more aspects of the Chinese. Our civilian laws have begun to be modeled after the traditional Chinese standards. Connerdale is actually expanding very nicely, and they have a good ruler, 663. Good shit. And they have Confucian as their secondary. It seems as though the world is cooling down just a little bit. It should be noted that Wobunch has also completely been snuffed out. The North Sea has cores? I can only imagine what's going to happen if they actually break free. Saleh is going after Jolof. Takra is going after Jolof. The Lost Legion is trying to smother out the rest of Guaycuru. And Insubres is going after the rest of the Numayrids. It was a good run for the Numayrids, but sadly, they just couldn't. They were in a bad political position, and they didn't capitalize on what they did not capitalize on what positions they had, what avenues. Insubres, what are you going for exactly? You're going for that same province. I thought you took that. They did not. But the Numayrids are not out of this just yet. Kemet is going in too, called in by Insubres. But the Numairids still have 23k on the floor. They are ready to fight for their land. Even though Baghdad, you know, took a huge sword to their cake. I think we'll end this off at 1606, 1607, around there. Yeah, Cuba just, their fleet just can't do much. The fleet of Fontaine is still doing very, very well. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Guaycuru couldn't capitalize as much as they could. They were doing very well, but Wanakama is resurgent after retaking land from that was taken at once by Aelcorks, and the Lost Legion took over the Brazilian lands, and they capitalized off of that. I do kind of wonder if Aelcorks will eventually be like overstretched across the world, and they're just going to be involved in too many wars, send their troops into too many places, and eventually be pulled apart. Because that is a very like real possibility that could happen if, especially like if their alliance with. Oh no, I forgot, they're not allied with Takra anymore. So it's actually really possible. Aelcorks gets involved in like one huge European war, their mainland holdings get sieged down, and suddenly, hey, they're looking really weak. Others are gonna probably jump in. Oh, and Yemen took a huge chunk out of SFMF, but in return, SFMF took a huge chunk from Yayoi. Yayoi still has Diego Garcia down here, of course. It's a nice province, but, I mean, that's pretty much all they have. Gongthang is once again fighting Kalahandi and Sumeru. And unfortunately, oh god. Ugh, had to burp. As much potential as they do have, just Kalahandi and Sumeru, it's a double team. There's no real Buddhist allies for Gongthang. Kemet got their land back, or at least most of it. There's still some nice provinces they didn't get back, but Insubres also took over most of the Numairids over here. And they're just, the Banu Numair are left with one province, Mulatia. How far they have fallen in this one single part too. Like this one, like part 7 has really just fucked over the Numairids. As sad as it is. Yeah, we'll go to August of 1607, and we'll chill from there. Li Yue is consolidating their southern position, reaching out over here. This is actually a really nice province. Someone should take it. It's nice farmlands. And Great Shu is still reaching out. Liang as well. Oh hey, we got a big Indian war. Shera is going after Melenadu against Bijapur and the Satraps. Shera is 2 military techs ahead, but their military is drastically inferior in terms of numbers. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. That's a really nice job. A 4-5-5-1, Bijapur with a 5-4-3-0. Oh, but the tech difference is brutal. Ugh, wasn't enough. Shera is going to need to muster all of its forces if they want to win this war. Like, seriously. Recruit as many as you can. And Mogadishu is being cleaned up by Makwa and Shamasraf. Interesting. Any other wars going on? Well, quite a few smaller wars. Also, Shamasraf might have to fight Hejaz, but it's not looking like it's going to be too much of an issue. Alright. almost done with this part. We're almost at August. And there is August of 1607. So, quite an eventful part. I wouldn't say it was as eventful as part 6, but still. Like, we have Japan that formed by Inazuma, the last of the Ukrainian holdouts being taken over by Karadel and Altai, SFMF having some drama around here, Yemen gaining quite a bit of power, Shamasraf showing its stuff, another Indian war brewing between Bijapur, the satraps, and Shera, Kalahandi taking the sword to Gungthang with Sumeru alongside, the Numairids being relegated to just 3 provinces at this point, and I would say Takra kind of like lacking in power. Sure, they got a nice ally in Zapadoslavia right now, but before, just they lost a war to Alvern, and they just couldn't do much. Aelcorx is struggling to like really invade other places. They don't have a strong navy, and they're not navally transporting to other places to really invade. They had potential to go after Wanakama turned Peru, but it seems like they just didn't commit or attrition got to them. And Guaycuru is slowly being eaten away at by Wanakama and the Lost Legion. And then over here in Central America, we had Paradoxy in Mexico get cut down by America and California. Things are shifting quite fast in these parts. We'll see what happens as we go further into the 1600s in part 8, but before then, we have to look at the leaderboard. In first place is Freesmart. In second place is Alvern. In third place is Aelcorx. In fourth place is Mondstadt. In fifth place is Insubres. In sixth place is America. In seventh place is Zapadoslavia. In eighth place is Baghdad. In ninth place is Samnium. In 10th place is Takra. In 11th place is Vinland. In 12th place is Peru. How did you form Vinland? I guess the decision to form Vinland is still available even if you're in the old world? Do you get missions now? No, you don't. Okay. But Uplander ideas are still there, so don't need to worry about that. Anyways, that is your leaderboard for the end of Part 7. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one.